Hi, it's Betsy-Morgan with learningtochannel.org. It's so good to be with you. This is more about the Kundalini energy, which I'm finding so many of you are excited to know more about, and I'm excited to bring this information to you. I had my first awakening when I was about 35, 38 years old. It was a surprise to me. I'd never heard of it, and I was scared. So I like sharing this information because I don't want you to be afraid if you've not had one yet. And I would like to maybe begin with what in the world is Kundalini energy, and why do we even care if it wakes up in me or not? Well, Kundalini, I like to call Kundalini energy the God force within us, and it is situated at the base of our spine. You might imagine the 7 main chakras. It's close to chakra 1 and comes up when it is awakened all the way up and through your crown. And it is known to be a feminine energy and unites with the masculine, and there's a kind of explosion of light in you and throughout you, awakening you to a new level of divine expression. It is a spiritual awakening, and it's also, for me, it was a physical awakening and a mental awakening, an emotional. Everything goes up a level. If you are wondering, why do I care if it wakes up or not, what seems to happen, and it did for me, is there was a renewed sense of self-confidence, direction of where I wanted to go in life, what I wanted to do. With that confidence, there came the energy of empowerment and esteem. An inner guidance system was released. It was after that that I spontaneously opened to channel. A voice came in my head and started talking to me, and I started listening to the guidance and the direction, and I'm so glad I did. My life went from pretty rough. I was so poor. I know that's not the only measure of success. I'm well aware of that. It's happiness, fulfillment, peace of mind, all of that. But that has grown. All of that has grown. And it began with this beautiful awakening. I would like this video with you to be about how you can prepare yourself for this awakening if you would like to have more self-empowerment, more clarity about what you want to do with your life, and the energy and courage to move in that direction, and also the energy to become highly intuitive and even psychic. All of this and more can occur. So I had already done some activities that were very exciting for me. I remember reading in one of Wayne Dyer's books, it said, if you only had 6 months left to live, what would you do? Well, at the time, even though I graduated college as a high school teacher and did teach high school, I was freshly divorced with 2 babies, a 1 and a 2-year-old child, and I needed to make money right away. I needed to get that food on the table every night. So I waitressed, and I really enjoyed it, meeting all the people, and I thought I was making them happier, and that felt good. But it wasn't my heart's desire. I was also going to a church that I loved, and what I really wanted was to be a part of that church. And I heard my little voice say, when I was listening to someone read the announcements one Sunday, I heard my inner voice say, I could do better. I thought, oh my gosh, you know, when we say that, watch out, because we know what's coming up next. I found myself saying, if you think you can do better, then just get up there. Let's see what you can do. So I went to the minister and I said, I'd like to go to work at the church. And she said very kindly, there's nothing open. There's no job to give you. And I said, okay, I just want to put my name in the hat and let you know that I'm willing to take whatever comes up. I knew that that was headed in my direction. That was towards my fulfillment. And I hadn't colored in all the lines yet, but I knew I was in the right direction. And then I went to the restaurant and I quit. I gave them my 2 weeks notice without a job and with 2 babies. And lo and behold, Within that 2 weeks, the minister came to me and said, I need an assistant. And not only did I get to do the announcements, but I was trained to give the sermons. I got to teach all of the classes and take the teenagers to camp and do the prayer network and be on the board. And I had a wonderful time and got to begin my spiritual journey. So as I was offering service in that way, I noticed an invitation to go to an event that's called Siddha Yoga. Once again, it's all brand new. I'm letting my heart lead me. So after that event, which is on another video, look for the videos that have to do with Kundalini and you'll hear all about this. But this video, I want to share with you on how you can help your Kundalini energy to awaken and to rise. So after my Kundalini went off, I noticed that it didn't only do it once. It will go off spontaneously whenever it wants to. And so it has occurred for me 3 or 4 times. I know I should have kept a record perhaps of it, but I've been very fortunate to have a lot of mystical, psychic experiences in my life, and you can look for them on more YouTube videos. So what I would suggest for you, on one video I've already gone over 3, but I want to tell you again because they're very important. If you are wanting to encourage your God energy to rise and help you to become more connected consciously to spirit and empower you in ways that will change your life forever, then do these things. 1, I would suggest that you become aware of your breath. Maybe 5 minutes a day is all. Breathing in softly through your nose and releasing it through your mouth. Breathing with your diaphragm, like that. And just be aware and focus on your breath. Learning to focus and be present in the moment is very important. And next, surprisingly, I have found that having a nice straight posture is important. The energy is rising from the base of your spine up, and the more you remember to keep your spine straight, the easier it is for this energy to be released. For instance, how many of us use the computer and get that hunch when we're at the computer for hours? Well, hold your shoulders back when you remember to. Sit up, and I like to call it get up every hour if you can, and do a computer stretch and get your spine nice and straight again. Also, I want to remind you that, if you would like to see the Kundalini rising in your life, I'm going to take a quick look at my notes here. I have so much I want to share with you. Oh yes, this is very important. We hear it all the time, but how often do we do it? Do your best to be positive. Let go of anything that's negative. Whatever, for instance, my forgetting where I was right now, I could judge myself. You could judge me. It's natural, that's what the ego does. But we want to learn to turn the other cheek and to look at love instead. This lesson goes on all day, every hour, every minute. We're always being reminded, aren't we, to be positive. So whenever you catch yourself being negative, which will happen, it will, as spiritual as you are, change it to a happy thought. I like to use the term reframe it. Instead of being sad, look for what good can come from it. And that way you're helping the energy, the frequency to go up in your body, and you are retraining your mind. And when your mind is retrained, then your heart will feel the vibration. And do you know that your heart actually releases a chemical, a happy chemical? When you feel happy, the heart leads the way to health and happiness by releasing this chemical of well-being, which increases your health and your vitality. So being happy is healthy. So do your best to live that way. All right, now I've done a review of 3 helpful techniques to get this energy and courage to rise. And these techniques are so easy. The mind may say, What good is that going to do? A lot. You would be amazed if you only apply one of these things, how wonderful the result is, because one small step will encourage the next, and you will start applying one more, and it will become a natural part of your life. You won't even have to think about it. All right, the one that I really want to get to today is activating your core energy. What in the world does this mean? Well, I found that in here is a power grid. And as this power grid is allowed to go off and express itself, it harmonizes at a higher vibration with the whole system. And so what we're going to do right now together is an exercise that you can repeat every day to help you activate the core, to allow the lifting of the energy. And if you will, follow along with me. Allow yourself to get now in a comfortable position. Spine nice and straight. We're going to begin with a breath. Eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. Just be relaxed and comfortable. Have a nice happy thought. Whatever makes you happy, think of it. And let your body relax, spine straight. Good. And continue a nice breathing. If you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, that's wonderful. And now I would like for you to continue, if you would, by take a moment to focus on the area around the tailbone, the base of the spine, the first chakra. Let yourself just focus on that area. When you focus on something, energy goes there. And as you focus on it with love, there will start a vibration, which you may or may not feel. Lead with your imagination, believe it or not. Your imagination is so powerful and creative. So imagine a soft, gentle vibration going off. Some of you will feel it. I want you to know that even though this video may seem to some maybe lightweight, it's not. There is an energy in me that Spirit has told me, and I've seen it work over and over and over again, that carries an element of transmission. So the energy as it comes through me is offered to you so that you might start awakening. If this happens, just breathe and let it go. Let it happen. Once the Kundalini starts to awaken, you can't stop it. Don't even try. That'll be painful. Just surrender and let it move up. You'll be happier later. It could take 5 minutes. It could take 2 hours. Just let it. Just let it. All right, so you're sitting in a nice, comfortable position, spine straight, breathing in a relaxed mode with the technique we already talked about. Visualizing is so important. Visualizing the area around your tailbone, imagining a soft and gentle vibration, feeling happy. Now, allow yourself to feel that you are floating, even floating out of your body, that you might be flying, that you are free. And feel yourself radiating kindness and how good that feels. And now feel, I'm a being of light. I am light. All right, now at this point, the next step is very powerful. If you will chant with me the word shum, S-H-U-N, shum, S-H-U-N, shum, shum, shum. Good. Now you would be continuing this for at least 5 minutes. And in the meantime, you are continuing to sit comfortably, breathing in a relaxed way, imagining the base of your spine, and then imagining yourself floating, perhaps upwards. I'm getting the energy up here now. You might too. If you start to get lightheaded and dizzy, that's a very good sign. It's the beginning of the energy lifting. It's wonderful. You are okay. And then the vibration of the word shum encourages the energy to rise. So you are on the right track. You're doing great. And then the next thing I want you to do, and this is very important, if you would imagine at the base of your spine, once again, a balloon. And the top of the balloon where the air comes out is pointed up. So this balloon is full of air. And as you chant Sham, imagine the balloon releasing the air and the air coming up all the way through every single chakra and out the top of your head. And when you're complete with the chanting, still breathing and relaxed, I would like for you to think silently, I am the light I am. I am the light I am. The light loves me, and I love the light. I am that. I am that. Good. Wonderful. Now, many of you I know are feeling it. It could be a sense of expansion, well-being, lightheadedness. It's the beginning. And if you're feeling more, if you're feeling a bit of a tremble throughout your body, it's okay. It's okay now, once you're complete with this exercise, to lay down and to allow your body to integrate all of this frequency. Definitely, before you drive or anything that needs to, where you need to be mentally responsible, make sure you ground. Ground by allowing the energy to go into your feet and through the soles of your feet into the earth, into Mother Gaia. Imagine the energy of your feet holding on to Mother Gaia in a very loving way, and for Gaia sending you grounding energy. And when you feel a bit grounded, if you need to or want to, eat something that is pleasant and comfortable for you to eat. Have a drink of water. Come back into your body. Another exercise that I like is put this hand, right or left, palm up, out, and as you look down at the ground, bring your energy back into your body by looking down and bringing your hand maybe an inch away from your crown chakra. I find it's best not to touch the crown chakra, but just rest it just above. That'll feel much better to your being. Your whole being doesn't need to be shut down on that chakra. That chakra is wonderful to be open, and it's a passageway from the body to the divine, back and forth. All right, there's so much more to share. So look for my videos about channeling, mediumship, reincarnation, goddesses, angels, Kundalini energy. They're all out there for you. And if you would like to get in touch with me, you can find me at Betsy-Morgan, learningtochannel.org. Bye.